Okay, welcome back, everybody. This next topic that we're going to be talking about is public perception, and what that means is what the public thinks of us when they automatically see us. And some of the stereotypes and things that go along with it. So, generally speaking, the public's perception of a security guard is of an old, sleepy night watchman that has very little interaction with the public. The typical stereotype was of an elderly man, often retired, working to help supplement his income or just have something to do. This usually included that they were untrained and poorly supervised, and who would just make periodical walks and jingle doorknobs and just stay out of the way of all the other workers. Now, this isn't to slam elderly people, okay? Because some of the best work ethics have come from, the older folks in the industry and everything, and the knowledge and the wisdom and the work ethic is just phenomenal. So this isn't to slam them. I'm just saying that, when you think of security guard, the first thing that pops into people's mind is Paul Blart Mall Cop, and that's pretty far from the truth of what we really do. Now granted, there are, special ones out there that do, act this way and everything, and you'll run into them. But for the most part, we're a lot more than that, as we'll cover here in the further slides. Some members of the public view security as a wannabe police officer or a rent-a-cop, or someone who could not get into the police or a military washout. They view them as having high egos and ill-tempered, lazy, bullies, a paid tattletale, and also as being socially awkward and untrained to do much else in the workforce. Today's security officers are much more than what is portrayed in comedy movies or TV shows. Private security has evolved since the 9/11 terrorist attacks into a very highly proficient, educated, and trained security force. A lot of today's securities have had extensive background and training in law enforcement, corrections, and military operations. Some even hold college degrees in criminal justice, corrections, and even business administration. Some security companies have taken very proactive roles in the facilities, institutions, or communities they protect, and even guard some of the nation's most important infrastructures and banking institutions. Today's state regulatory agencies like the Bureau of Security and Investigative Service, otherwise known as BSIS, that's how we're going to refer to them throughout this whole course. We're going to just refer to them as BSIS to shorten things up. And BSIS are taking great measures to regulate the security field. This includes additional training and continuing education. It includes background checks to eliminate undesired and unfit candidates, and it includes routine supervision and random checks of personnel. It also includes drug screening and behavior and mental stability screening in a lot of these companies, especially the big ones like G4S, Securitas, and Universal Protection. They get into this sort of thing. They have a high uniform and hygiene standards, and they are equal opportunity and apply diversity to the field. A company's success depends on you. Any good security company's success depends on their greatest asset, you. You are their greatest asset. You are the money making force and the backbone in any security company. It's not the supervisors, it's not the scheduler, it's not the office personnel. It is you. You are the backbone of the company, and you are what generates its revenue. So by getting out there and doing a lousy job, well, they're not gonna want to have you, and thus, you're not going to be generating money for the company. And well, you see where this is going.